Just a fabulous release. We're so excited. Wow. It is all good things. It is an amazing release. You're not going to want to be without any of this. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. And we are here with Q2. Does it feel like crazy because we're still in the excitement of Q1? And now we're getting ready for Q2 because of the timing of everything. They're a bit on top of each other. But you guys, it is all good things. We have the most beautiful release for you today, and we cannot wait to share it with you. We have 3 transfers, 3 stamps, 3 molds, and 3 inlays.
Yes.
Oh, so it's 3 of everything.
Yeah.
3 of each. That's
category.
easy to remember. 3 of each category. When I was saying it, I thought, it's 3 of each. And you guys, it's crazy. Let's get started. I want to show you guys everything. We want to show you everything. Josie's over here doing some molds in the background.
The worst casting ever. Because I'm like, get
you know what?
There,
they just need to see it. It's not going on anything, so who cares? It's fine.
Oh.
Okay.
So, our transfers.
Yes. This one is called Cosette. And I'm going to open it up and show this beauty. Okay, so you can see the breakdown of this gorgeous design and how this is going to be so usable in so many ways. You're going to be able to break this down.
Oh, yeah.
Use just the round frame, the little beautiful string ornaments,
the corners,
the daintiness.
You know how sometimes you will create corners with something and then an outer design. You've got elements that you could do that with.
There we go.
Or just as it is. Don't you love that meandering? I mean, it's long. It's, you know, it goes diagonally along the sheet. So it meanders out with bits of the old text.
Yeah, you know how we love our vintage typography. It's kind of makes its way almost onto everything.
It does.
Because why not? And you can see just the beauty that is this transfer.
The framed inside is if you wanted to take it apart and create a more horizontal format, you certainly could do that. So
you guys, we heard you. This is called Cotswolds.
And it is not 1, but 2 cafe pub style signages.
Look at this. You get 2 beautiful signages, which can each be broken down into different uses. You guys have been so patient with us, waiting for more signage, more beautiful vintage English signage.
Isn't that fun? The old Woolery Tavern. So that like speaks to, you know, it's like the Cannery Row, but only these are European. But where they had factories where they would have rendered wool and byproducts, but then that was defunct, and then they turned it into and kind of honored the historical industrial nature of that district. We love that.
We love that stuff. And kind of fun fact, some of you know that Chris, our production manager, lives in Bronte Village in England. And so, I mean, just amazing.
Yes.
And he actually helped us come up with the names for these.
Yes.
Based on the very cool old English villages. I love how Josie stole my coffee and brought it over to her side.
Well, that's when I thought it had some kind of creamer in it. Last but not least, on our transfer lineup, we have Whispering Willow by Lexi Grinzer for IOD.
Do we love Lexi or do we love Lexi?
This set
is such a gifted artist.
Fun. She is. She's a doll. She's a neat gal and gifted artist. And look what we have here.
The community has been asking for IOD to come out with a nursery or whimsical transfer set. And that's what we did. And this is so usable, though, that we always see to make them versatile. And so this is no different. This could be used on anything. So this is a gorgeous set. We worked with Lexi. She did a wonderful job of helping us realize our vision for this beautiful whimsical forest set. So we've got, so you can see just the scale and just the darling whimsical feel of this set. I love this. Look at the darling mushrooms.
Yes.
I kept telling her,
adorable.
more mushrooms.
More mushrooms.
The more the better.
Yeah.
Isn't he adorable?
And it's so hard to see scale even, but you can see this fawn's about as big as your hand.
Yes.
Nice. And then this is a continual piece, which of course is simple to take apart and use as you need to. Okay.
Look at the hedgehog, you guys. Look at the hedgehog, Mr. Hedgehog. We've got to name all of them. We've got to name all the critters.
Yes.
So help us come up with little names for all of these. And Mr. Bunny.
Mm-hmm.
Bunnies are very popular right now in decor, and I see. Oh, look at that! Who does that remind you of?
Francis.
Francis.
Who else is a fan of the Francis books?
We loved the Francis books growing up. So yes, this is a gorgeous, large flourish that you could use just to anchor a border around a dresser or some beautiful nursery signage. And imagine just darling nursery. So I just decorated my daughter's nursery, so I'm still in that mode. Just some darling, a wall gallery with some of our typography stamps to say their name and all
that's
that beautiful
what's cool about this set is it would make an amazing nursery, but it's also it's not baby. Like you don't look at it and see baby. But it's so versatile that it would totally make just a magical nursery.
It would, or even just children's room. I mean, this goes all the way up. And look at this big stump again, just keeping in mind being able to use all of the elements together and having some really good options for anchor pieces. Look at these strawberries, though. I'm in love with the strawberries and the blackberries on the page 1.
Because this is a very buildable set. All of these elements, imagine them mixed in with the other more classical florals or any of the floral really. We have the whimsical and the classical.
Okay, that is our transfers. Now we are going to move on to the
start with Bella.
You guys might remember we had 2 sets and we combined the best of both into one gorgeous set with some slight changes. This was extremely usable. I have it on my dining room wall, this part right here. So it's fabulous for stamped and pressed. It's classical, extremely just versatile.
Large enough that it works fabulously for wall. However, it's not so large that doesn't work fabulously for your furniture.
I want to zoom it in here because one of my favorite sets of all time was Portico. I used it to stamp my jeans that I still have and love. They're my favorite pair of jeans. And so this is Ode to Portico right here. The name of the stamp is Bella, but this is a piece from that. I love it. I'm so glad we brought that element back. That is Bella.
This is Catwalk.
Need we say more? This is called Catwalk, you guys. And let me tell you, it is the best leopard print ever. It blends beautifully in a repeat. Imagine this mixed with our florals, with our transfer, a little bit of bougie, a little bit of texture, a little bit of all over pattern. You can go subtle with this or you can go over the top. It is amazing. We are so excited. I'm going to pull it up closer so you can see all of the detail.
We wanted it to be sophisticated. We were very particular about the scale because we wanted to make sure that it wasn't too large. It's funny, we love some leopard print, but it's got to be the right scale and it's got to be high quality of graphic.
I am very conservative about using animal print, but these are so classy, so subtle, so sophisticated. I will definitely be using these.
Okay, now we're going to give you a little hint before we put this under the camera.
Wow.
We have Serpentine. Maybe that was her real time. Serpentine, guys.
Snake.
Yes. We adore it.
This is a beautiful. Is that the most sophisticated snakeskin print you have ever seen.
Just one we did on wood on a painted blank.
Yes.
That was just for testing.
Imagine this as a stamped and pressed. Just that all over texture. Same with the leopard print, the catwalk. This one is going to be something we're using constantly.
Yes. And again, super particular about the scale, about the detail, about the seams and how they can be seamed well together. I could picture doing stamped and pressed and then silver leaf over that.
Ooh,
perhaps.
Yeah. Now we're moving on to our molds.
So
it's just more goodness. Just more goodness. Just more amazing goodness. Bring it on.
Okay, so we have, this is olive crest. This is made to be buildable. So like this right here, this plate with a contoured middle, we thought, wouldn't it be cool if you could create a composition that has all the elements so that you can change the way you do it, that you can move it around.
It just speaks to the detail that we are so careful about making sure is in there. So you can see even the leaves themselves have movement in them that gives them that beautiful distinctive quality.
Village Market. We have this fabulous cow. Here's what's cool is like we were talking about the buildable nature. Can you imagine mixing these, okay, with the wheat sheaves, and you could do your sheep in there, mix in those wheat sheaves. There we go. Doing things like that to create composition. Okay, guys, right?
How cute is he in the little...
See?
He's so cute.
I mean, you guys are going to be freaking creating all the amazing things.
It's going to be a good
It's
summer.
super important. Last, but by no means least, is horse and hound.
Look at this gorgeous horse.
We've got this hunting hound. We have oak leaves and acorns. We have this fabulous, very stately horse in a stride, as well as the fox. I'm going to take these out.
Oh, look at him. He's so mischievous looking.
Yeah. We're building this fabulous scene, and you've got the fox running out of the scene, and on the other side of the scene with your olive leaves, you have the hound running, and they're going the same direction so that the chase is on. Okay, so you've got your fox running out of the scene, you've got your hound running into the scene, and you could even have your horse be the center of that scene, building the olive laurel or olive wreaths around it.
Yes.
So we love it.
Are we ready for the
We
inlay?
are ready. Let's reverse the order.
Okay.
And bring out the first one, La Chasse. Which is French for the chase. And this is a very pastoral set. There's one very large, in fact, the namesake for the set, La Chasse. And what is so fun about this is if you look closely at this, you'll see why it's named that way. There's probably a brother and sister out here, and there's a little trap they've set up.
Aww.
They're doing their own little hunting in this gorgeous meadow, and then the framework. Oh, so this is about the full sheet. This is about 24 by 32. Approximately, because we have our margins, and then we have 4 single sheets. I'm going to tell you guys the detail on these.
Now remember, several uses.
They would absolutely coordinate, but be each a little different.
A little different scene that has a story all on its own.
Yes.
So fun.
So I'm going to, you want to grab the 2 that are the second use of the same.
Second use, you guys. Just remember, second use. This is second use. In case you didn't hear that.
Second use. Is that fabulous? And we haven't tried the third use with it because we just didn't
but
get to it.
I can imagine what the third use is going to look like, and it's going to be gorgeous. Just a beautiful, broken, faded feel to it, which is going to look gorgeous with this design.
Yes. So you can see, obviously, wall art, but furniture panels on the doors. I mean, I'm like tempted to use these on a bank of my kitchen cabinets. That would work fabulously. So
look at that detail.
And that's the thing, especially on
inlay, guys. You cannot get this detail with a lot of. This is just such a part of the beauty of this product. Yeah, is the detail that you can get.
Exactly. And for those of you who have used stencils, for example, you know that unless you go to a silkscreen stencil, and even those, because there's a challenge, a learning curve, and a challenge to getting your medium just right, getting it through and keeping the detail without it smushing. Yeah. You can't achieve this level of fine detail. And so, I mean, even there's the teeny
tiny little letters. Like that is
for
not doable with other products.
Yeah. So this is Chateau, and Chateau is a very primitive French folk. This is a fully repeating pattern. So if you want to do this on a wall, you absolutely can, and it absolutely repeats. The colors on this are rich and slightly muted. This one is easily rearranged in different ways to, for example, here, where we made the center, the center of the design on this one, as opposed to this. And the one we're about to show you, you can see this, the same, this to this end is what's centered.
I love the stags on this set. Oh, I know. Josie and I have an affinity for rustic French stags. They're so hard to find and incorporate, and we were determined, and we love the way these stags turned out. Look at those florals. Look at the flowers in the, I don't know, are those tussie mussies kind of a thing? Cones? Yeah. They're just beautiful. The colors are rich. Oak. Yeah, look at the oak leaves. Little acorns. I mean, there's so much here. And again, I can't get over the stags. I love it. Love, love, love. Okay.
Love, love, love. And last but not least, we have Petite Parasols. Petite Parasols. We are, in fact, we have a piece here that I did for my home that we will show you in a moment with Petite Parasols. And again, the detail on this.
I know we keep repeating ourselves, but it is incredible detail.
It is so fine and so delicate. This is 8 sheets. It's a repeating pattern, so you can repeat. You can use it on walls if you choose. We have
4 different panels, 4 different horizontal panels, all repeatable. It's just a warm off black, which is so beautiful applied, and in so many uses.
And these particular toile-like, here we go, have a very Asian toile, playful feel to them. And then these playful, oh my gosh, when you guys look at the details of these little scenes,
the men are dancing and playful. And it's got this whimsy that you don't see until you look close. It's like a little secret
of whimsy
when you look closely at the design, which is really fun.
Yes. Yeah. And
that's it. We love you guys, and have an awesome rest of your week, okay? Bye.